man. Born on 5 July in Captain Germany, ancient man, a Harvard University evolution biologist who had been called Darwin of 20th century, Darwin of 20th century, was one of the 100 greatest scientists of all time. Mayer joined Harvard Faculty of Science and retired in 1975, assuming the Alexander Agassiz Professor of Geology Emeritus throughout his nearly 18 years career. His research spent on zoology, taxonomy, geology, evolution, systematics, and history and philosophy of biology. He almost single-handedly made origin of species diversity the central question of evolution in biology that it is today. He also pointed the currently accepted definition biology is species. Mayer was awarded three prizes widely regarded as a triple crown of biology: International Prize Biology, Crawford Prize in 1999, Mayer died at the age of 100 in year 204. Living World. How wonderful is the living world? The wide range of living, they start amazing. The extraordinary in which we find living organisms, uh, it cold mountain, diseases, soils, ocean, fresh water, lakes, desert, or hot sun leave us speechless. The beauty of a glowing horse, migrating bird, the valley of flowers, or the Arctic shark evokes a deep sense of wonder. The ecological conflict and the cooperation among the members of a population, among the population of a community, or even the molecular traffic inside the cell makeup deeply reflect on what indeed is life. This question has two implicit questions within. The first is the technical one and seek answer to the living opposed to the non-living, and second is the philosophical one and seek answer to the what the purpose of life. As a scientist, what should we should not attempt the answering the second question. We will try to reflect what is living. Diversity in the living world. If you look around you will see a large variety of living organisms, be it a plotted plant, insects, birds, pets, plants and animals. There are several organisms that you cannot be seen with your naked eyes, but they are around you. If you are able to increase the area that you make observation in the range and variety of organisms that you will see increase. Obviously, if you have to visit them, then first you will probably see much greater number and kind of living organism it in it. Each a different kind of a plant, animal, organism that you see represent a species. The number of species that are known and described range between 1.78 million, 1.7 to 1.8 million, 1.7 to 1.8 million. This refers biodiversity or the number and type of organisms present on Earth. We should remember that here that we explore new areas and even old ones. New organisms are continuously being identified. As stated earlier, there are millions of plants and animals in the world. We know the plants and animals in our own area by their local name. These local names will vary from place to place, even within a country. Probably you will recognize the confusion that would be created if we do not find ways to and means to talk to each other if to refer organism we are talking about. Hence, there is a need to standardize the naming of a living organism such that a particular organism is known by the same name all over the world. This process is called nomenclature. Obviously, nomenclature or naming is only possible when the organism is described correctly and we know that what organism the study is attached to. This is identification. In order to facilitate the study, and a number of scientists have established procedures to assign scientific name to each known organism. This is accepted by the biologists all over the world. For present scientific names based on the agreed principles and criteria which are provided in International Code for Botanical Garden (ICBR). You may have asked how are animal names. Animal taxonomies have evolved. International Code for Geology, International Code of Geology and Nomenclature. International Code for Botanical Garden, International Code of Geological and Nomenclature. The scientist names inside that each organism has only one description of any organism should enable the people in any part of to arrive the same name. They also ensure that such name has not been used to any other for a non-organism. Biologists follow universally accepted principle to provide scientific names. Non-organism. Each name has two components: generic name and specific epithet. Generic name and specific epithet. This system of providing name with two components is called binomial nomenclature. This naming system given by Carlos Linnaeus. Carlos Linnaeus gives binomial nomenclature. It is being practiced by biologists all over the world. This naming system is using two words of format was found convenient. Let us take example of a mango that is a way to providing scientific name better. The scientific name of mango is written as Mangifera indica. Mangifera is genus and indica is species. Let us see how binomial nomenclature. In this name, Mangifera represents genus while indica represents a particular species or a specific epithet. The universal rule of nomenclature as follows. Biological names are generally written in Latin and written in italics. They are Latinized or derived the Latin irrespective of their origin. The first word in a biology name represents the genus, while the second name component represents a specific epithet. Both in the words of a biological name, when handwritten, separate underline, or printed in italics to indicate their Latin origin. For the first word denoting the genus, start with a capital letter, while the specific epithet start with a small letter. It can be illustrated by the example of Mammifera indica. Name of the author appear after a specific epithet at the end of a biological name and is written by the abbreviated form. There is Mammifera lim. It indicates that this species was first described by the Linnaeus. Since it is nearly impossible to study all living organisms, it is necessary to devise some means to make it possible. This process is called classification. Classification is the base of a process by which anything is grouped into the convenient categories based on some easily observable characters. For example, we easily recognize groups such as plant, animal, or dogs or cat, insect, etc. The moment we use any of these terms, we associate certain character with the organism in the that group. What image do you see when using dog? Obviously, each one of us dogs and not cat. Now, if we are thinking adaptation, we know that we are talking about. Similarly, suppose we are say two mammals. You will talking. You of course think of animal with axon, ears, and body hairs. Likewise, in plants, if we try to talk wheat, the picture in each of our mind will be wheat plant, not of a rice or any other plants. Hence, all those dogs, cat, mammals, wheat, rice plants, animals, etc. are common category we use to study organisms. The scientific terms of for this category is taxa. Here you must recognize that taxa can indicate category at very different levels. Plant also form a taxa. Wheat is also a taxa. Similarly, animals, mammals, dogs, all are taxa. But you know that dog is a mammals and mammals are animals. Therefore, animals, mammals, dogs represent taxa at different levels. Dogs, mammal, human, animals represent taxa at different levels. Hence, based on the characters, all living organisms can be classified into different taxa. This process of classification is called taxonomy. Action and internal instruction, along with the structure of cell development and process and ecological information of organisms, are essential and form the basis of modern taxonomic study. Hence, identification, classification, and nomenclature are the process of basic that are basic to taxonomy. See as here: characterization, identification, classification, nomenclature. Taxonomy is not something new. Human beings have always been interested in knowing more and more about the various kinds of organisms, particularly with reference to their own use. In early days, human beings needed to find the sources that basic in food, clothing, and center. And the earliest classification was based on the uses of various organisms. Human beings were since long not only interested in knowing more about the different kind of organisms and their diversities, but also in the relationship among them. This branch of study was referred to as the systematics. The word systematic is derived from Latin word systema, which means systematic arrangement of organisms. Use Systema Nature as the title of his publication. Linnaeus used Systema Nature as the title of his publication. The scope of systematics was later enlarged to include identification, nomenclature, classification. Systematics takes into account of relational systems of organisms. Taxonomy category. Classification is not a single step process but involves hierarchy of a category in which each step represents a rank or category. The category is a part of our all taxonomic arrangement, taxonomic category, and all category together constitute taxonomic hierarchy. Each category referred to as a unit of classification, in fact, represent a rank and is commonly referred as taxon. Taxonomic category and hierarchy can be illustrated by an example. Insect represent a group of organisms by sharing common feature and three pairs of jointed legs. It means insect and Insect are recognizable concrete object which can be classified and thus given a rank or category. Can you name other such group organisms? Remember, you represent category. Category further denotes rank. Remember, groups represent category. Category further denotes rank. Each rank, in fact, represents a unit of classification. The taxonomy group category are distinct biological entities and not merely morphological distinct biological entities, not merely morphological aggregates. These taxonomy groups category are distinct biological entities and are mainly morphological aggregates. Taxonomy studies all known organisms have led to the development of a common category such as kingdom, phylum, division, including those in the plants and animal kingdom, have species as the lowest category. Now the question you may ask is how to place the organism in a various categories? The basic requirement is the knowledge of a character is an individual or group or organism. This helps identify similarities and dissimilarities among the individual of same kind of organism as well as other kinds of organisms. Species. Taxonomy studies consider as a group of individual organisms which fundamentally similar to species. One should be able to distinguish one species from other closely species based on the distinct morphological difference. Let us consider Mangifera, Indica, Solanum, Tuberosum, and Panthera leo. All three names, Indica, Tuberosum, and leo, represent a specific epithet, while the first word Mangifera, Solanum, Panthera, and genera, which represent another high level of taxonomic category. Each genus may have one or more than one specific epithet, representing different organisms, but having morphological similarity. For example, Panthera has another specific epithet called Tigris. Solanum includes species like Nigrum, Solanum के पास है Nigrum, and Melogenia. Human beings belong to the species Sapiens, which is grouped out of genus Homo. The scientific name thus for humankind is written as Homo sapiens. Genus. Genus comprises a group of related species which have more character in a common comparison to the other genera. We can say the genera are aggregates of closely related species. For example, potato and brinjal are two different species, but both belong to genus Solanum. Lion, leopard, and tiger, with very common feature, are all species of a genus Panthera. This genus differs from another genus, Felis, which includes cat. Next is family. Family has a group of related genera with less similarities as compared to families are characterized among the basis of both vegetative and reproductive features of a plant species. Families are characterized on the basis of both vegetative and reproductive features of plant bases. Among plant, for example, three different genera, Solanum, Petunia, and Datura, are placed in the family Solanaceae. Petunia, Dionysia, Solanaceae. Among animals, for example, genus Panthera, comprising lion, tiger, leopard, is put with the genus Felis cats of Felidae. Similarly, if you observe the feature of cat and dog, you will find some similarities and some differences as well. They are separated in two different families, Felidae and Canidae, respectively. Order. You have seen earlier that the category like species, genus, families are based on a number of similar categories. Generally, order and other higher taxonomic categories are identified on the basis of aggregate character. Order, being a higher category, is assembles of a family which exhibit a few similar characters. The similar characters are less number as compared to the different genera, including a family. Plant family like Convolutia and Solanaceae are included in other polymonial, mainly based on the floral character. Based on the floral character. Based on the floral character, the animal order Carnivora includes families like Felidae and Canidia. Families Canidia and Canidia. Carnivora class. The category includes related order. For example, order primates comprises order Primata comprising monkey, gorilla, gibbon is placed in class Mammalia, along with the order Carnivora that includes animals like tiger, cat, dog. Class Mammalia has other orders too. Phylum. Classes comprising animals like fishes, amphibians, leptid, and birds, along with mammals, constitute the next hierarchy called phylum. On phylum, this all phylum is based on the common feature like presence of notochord and dorsal halo system are included in the phylum Chordata. In case of plants, classes with a few similar characters are assigned to a higher category called division. This is in the semi order. Kingdom. All animals belonging to the various phyla are assigned to the highest category called kingdom Animalia. In the classification of system of animals, the kingdom Plantae, on the other hand, is distinct and comprises all plants from a various divisions. Henceforth, we will refer to these two groups as animal kingdom and plant kingdom. The taxonomic category from species to kingdom have been shown in the ascending order, starting with species in figure. These are branch categories. These are broad categories. However, taxonomy have also developed subcategories in this hierarchy to facilitate more sound and scientific placement in various texts. Look at hierarchy 1.1 figure. Can you recall the basis of arrangement? Say, for example, if we go higher from species to kingdom, the number of common characters goes on decreasing. Lower the taxa, more the characteristic that the member within the taxon has. Higher the category, greater is the difficulty to determine relation to the other taxa at the same level. Hence, the problem of classification becomes more complex. Higher category, greater is the difficulty of determining relationship to the other taxa at the same level. Hence, the problem of classification becomes more complex. Table indicates taxonomic categories to which some organisms like houseplant, mango, man, wheat belong. Main common name housefly, mango, wheat. Biological name Homo sapiens, Musca domestica, Mangifera indica, Triticum ostrum. Genus Homo, genus Musca, genus Mangifera, genus Triticum. फैमिली होमिनिडिया, होमो सेपियंस की फैमिली होमिनिडिया, मुस्का की फैमिली मुस्किडिया, मैंगीफेरा की फैमिली एनार्किडिया, ट्रिटिकम की फैमिली पोएसिया. होमो सेपियन का ऑर्डर प्राइमेट्स, मुस्का का डिप्टेरा, मैंगीफेरा का ऑर्डर सैपियंडर्स, ट्रिटिकम का पोल्स. होमो सेपियंस का क्लास मेमलिया, मुस्का का क्लास इंसेक्टा, मैंगीफेरा का क्लास डाइकोटिलुडोन, ट्रिटिकम का मोनोकॉटिलिडोन. होमो सेपियंस का कॉर्डेटा, मुस्का का आर्थ्रोपोडा, मैंगीफेरा का एंजियोस्पर्म, ट्रिटिकम का भी एंजियोस्पर्म. Summary: the living world is rich in variety. Millions of plants and animals have been identified and described, but a large number of still remain unknown. The very range of organisms in terms of size, color, habitat, and physiological and morphological features make us seek the defining the characteristics of living organisms. In order to facilitate the study of a kind and diversity of organisms, biologists have evolved certain rules and principles for animation, nomenclature, and classification of organisms. The branch of knowledge dealing with these aspects is referred to as taxonomy. Taxonomy studies of various species of plants and animals are useful in agriculture, forestry, industry, and general knowledge for knowing biological for their diversity. The basis of taxonomy, like animation and classification of organisms, are universally evolved under the international code based on the resemblance and distinct difference each organism is identified and assigned correct scientific name, biological name, comparisons towards as per binomial measure. An organism should present occupy a place, an order, place or position in the system of classification. There are many categories, ranks are generally referred to as a taxonomic category or taxa. All categories consider taxonomic hierarchy. Thank you.